supreme. 70s brought the jaws bite. Sharks gave us all a fright. Close encounters every night. Horror feels so sharp and bright. Time tripping through the movie show. From ages past where stories flow. Fantasy realms where dragons grow. Laughing loud where heroes glow. Ladies came with comedy flair. Ghosts up in the rarefied air. Blade Runner made me stop and stare. Sci-fi tales beyond compare. In the 90s, action rose so high. Terminator never say die. Jurassic roars under the sky. Magic worlds where wizards fly. Time tripping through the movie show. From ages past where stories flow. Fantasy realms where dragons grow. Laughing loud where heroes glow. The millennium brought us shiny remakes, rehashing ideas with no new takes. Give us new stuff for genu's sake, entertaining stuff you need to make. The millennium brought us shiny remakes, rehashing ideas with no new takes. Give us new stuff for genu's sake, entertaining stuff you need to make. That old Yorkshire Geek with stories to unfold. Keep your eyes wide open and your soul won't grow cold. In the realm of the strange and the fantastical, lost in the dark, but it's light so magical.
Hey up, it's Steve from the Old Yorkshire Geek, and welcome to the latest episode of my series, which I can never remember the title of, my top 5 favourite films from each year since I was born, or whatever. I think we're up to like episode 36 or something like that. But anyway, and I'm going to change it about a bit. Since we're 36 episodes in, I'm going to change it about. I'm going to do the honourable mentions first and then do the top 5 at the end. I don't know why I didn't do it like that to start with, because I'm an idiot, but never mind. But we're doing that from now on. So it's my top 5 and loads of honourable mentions. Films of 2003. There we go. Or 2003, depending how you want to pronounce it. And Princess is with me again. Aye, Princess. Yes, she. Ripping the back out of my bloody chair. Anyway. But before we get going, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you subscribed already. If you do subscribe, it really helps the channel. Explore the description for links for stuff like merch, which I'm not wearing apart from my hat, but this isn't merch, this is a custom thing. My books, which are under there, Amazon Kindle and paperback, and my other channels, and my other websites, and my social medias and all that stuff, Spotify, blah blah blah. Become a member and you get early access videos and exclusive videos and all that cool stuff, like Win Grace does, and Justin and Michael and Adam Gamer, and I think that's it. Right, so anyway, so let's get on with it, shall we? Me top 5 films, and I think there's 21. I could be wrong, I haven't counted them. Hang on, let's have a look. Have I got my list here? Yes, my list there. Yes, 21 honourable mentions. Oh dear. Right, so we'll get on with it, shall we? We shall get on with it. I shall pop myself down. I can't remember which button it is. Is it that one? Yeah. Right. And we shall begin, shall we? I've probably forgotten everything about these films, and some of them I might have only seen once, but they're stuck in my mind. But anyway, they're not in any order, by the way. These films, it's a list. It's not like a countdown, so they're not in any particular order. So there we go. It's not particularly the best films of 2003 either. They're just my favourite ones, or ones that struck a chord with me. Right, so off we go. We shall begin. These are the honourable mentions. We'll get to the top 5 at the end. Have I missed anything out? Oh, we're live on YouTube, and we're live on Rumble, and we're live on Twitch as well. Don't know why I keep doing Twitch, but what the heck. Right, so here we go. The first of my honourable mentions. It's on the full screen. This will make it look somewhat professional. There we go. The first of my honourable mentions, Love Actually, a girly film. Yes, but I love this film. I watch it every Christmas. But I think I might have forgotten to watch it last Christmas, so I don't watch it every Christmas. So I'm a liar. Anyway, a Richard Curtis film with an all-star cast. It says there on the poster, Hugh Grant, Liam Neeson, Colin Firth, Laura Linney. Who I think is my favourite character in that film, Laura Linney. Her character. I can't remember her name. I don't know any of the characters' names in Love Actually, and I've seen it loads of times. Genuinely. Emma Thompson, Alan Rickman, Keira Knightley, Martine McCutcheon, Bill Nighy, Rowan Atkinson. I'm sure there's loads more. Rowan Atkinson's not in it that much, to be completely honest, but never mind. He plays a chap in a department store wrapping up stuff. Actually, I think is supposed to be like an angel or something. He might actually appear in it a few times. But anyway, whatever. Yeah, it's a lovely Christmas film about love, actually. Goes a bit off the rails towards the end. It's a very lovey film, if you know what I mean, as in made by, lovies of the entertainment industry. So, it goes a bit overboard sometimes. But I still really like it. It's got that famous scene with Keira Knightley, and it was not mentioned there. I forgot his name now. Andrew, what's his face? I forgot his name. What do they call him? He's in Walking Dead. He's Rick in The Walking Dead. I can't remember his name. But anyway, him. With him in it. Where he's doing the signs and all that. But anyway, whatever. I've forgotten his name. What's he called? It's Andrew something, isn't it? No, not coming to me. So that's the first of my honourable mentions. Next up, Bad Boys 2. Now then, as I said, they're not in any order. And I did this list a while ago, I think before Christmas, so I've forgotten what's in them. Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. Is it better than the first one? I've not seen the new ones. Is there one or two that came after this? I can't remember. I've not seen them. But this one, they threw loads of money at it. The first film was a huge success. It's a what's his face? A Michael Bay film. The first one was a Michael Bay film. Very bombastic, and they just went overboard with this. They destroyed a town. It's a bit stupid, but it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. But there we go. So that's Bad Boys 2. You know what? I think I've only watched it like a couple of times, but it sticks with you anyway. But are the new ones any good? Or new one? I don't know how many there is. Did they call the third one Bad Boys for Life? That's a bit stupid, isn't it? They should have called the fourth one Bad Boys for Life. Anyway, whatever. Next up, Darkness Falls, Evil Rises in teeny tiny writing. Why is that teeny? Why isn't it big writing? I don't know. Anyway, starring her from Buffy that plays Anya, whose name Emma Caulfield, isn't it? I think. Well, there she is on the poster. Can you see there? No, you can't. Never mind. Starring Emma Caulfield from Buffy. It's a horror film about the Tooth Fairy, a supernatural creature called the Tooth Fairy, and it is a lot of fun. That's it. It's not amazing, but I do like it, and I've seen it a few times, and we'll probably do it in Appointment with Fear at some point. So if I can find my disc, I've got it on DVD somewhere. But anyway, directed by Jonathan Liebsman. He did he went on to do other things, didn't he? And I can't remember what. I'm blank because I'm always blanking on things. I'm going to look him up. Sorry, we're live. Jonathan Liebsman, South African film director. What else has he done? Battle Los Angeles, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, something or other. Not the original one, obviously. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Wrath of the Titans. There we go. So they went on to do some other biggish films that probably didn't do very well. But anyway, so there we go. Darkness Falls. It's a good film. I do like it. It's got an opening scene that is really, really cool, with a chap sitting in. By the way, it's called Darkness Falls because she only attacks you in the dark. So if you stay in the light, you're fine. And it starts off with a young man sitting in a bathtub in a brightly lit bathroom, and then the camera pulls back and comes outside the bathroom into the darkness outside, and she's hovering by the door. It's really creepy. It's really good. But she can't get in because it's light inside. So there we go. Anyway, so that's Darkness Falls. A decent flick. Next up, Final Destination 2, which we've done on Friday Night Appointment with Via. I think this is a lot of people's favourite one. I think I said it when we reviewed it. It's the one with the log truck, the logging truck, where all the logs come off and kill everybody. It's that one that traumatised a generation, didn't it? But yeah, it's that one. A lot of fun, as are all the Final Destination films. I'm a fan of the Final Destination franchise. Yeah, I think it is a lot of fun. I like seeing the interesting ways in which young people can be bumped off. So there we go. So that's Final Destination 2. What's next? Daredevil, particularly the director's cut. Directed by, is it Mark? I can't remember his name. Mark Steven Johnson. Cool name, apart from the Mark bit. Yeah, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Garner, Michael Clark Duncan, and Colin Farrell in a stupid role, but never mind. But the film itself, particularly the director's cut, is actually pretty good. The director's cut is actually very good. I didn't mind the theatrical cut, but whatever. And Jennifer Garner's always nice to look at, as she is in that poster. But yeah, I think it's an underrated film. So there, I like Daredevil. But just wait till we get to 2004. I did that list today. Speaking of films that I think are underrated, you won't agree with me. But anyway, that's by the by. So there we go. That's Daredevil. That's it, a good film. Oh, it's also got Jon Favreau in as Foggy, hasn't it? So there we go. Next up, Dreamcatcher. I think we did this in Friday Night Appointment with Fear, didn't we? I think we did. Based on a Stephen King story. I don't know if it's a novel or a short story. I don't know. I can't remember. Directed by Lawrence Kasdan of Star Wars fame and Indiana Jones, as in writing them. This one's like an all-star casting. This one, Morgan Freeman, Thomas Jane. I'm just reading them off the poster. Jason Lee, Damian Lewis, Timothy Olyphant, Tom Sizemore, Donnie Wahlberg. It's basically an alien invasion film with some slight supernatural elements. And it is really, really good. I really like Dreamcatcher. I think it's a lot of fun. And another underrated film that I think a lot of people don't appreciate. But I do. So there we go. So that's Dreamcatcher. Next. The Core. We did this, didn't we, in Magnificent Monday a while back. I can't remember who directed this one. And I can't read the poster because the writing's too small. But it's What's the Face, isn't it, from $1 Million Baby. Oh, I'm blanking on names. I should have all this information to hand, shouldn't I? See if we can read it on the poster. It's too small, the writing. Where is she? Hilary Swank. Should remember that name, shouldn't I? Aaron Eckhart, Hilary Swank, Delroy Lindo, Stanley Tuco, and the other fellow who just died recently. Where is he? There we go. Checky. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Yes, Wingrace is here. Upside Down Armageddon. Pardon me. A little bit. I think it's a little bit more intelligent than Armageddon. But anyway, what they call him? Checky. He died recently, didn't he? Is that a French actor? So I can't remember where he was from. But he was in a lot of stuff, and he's passed away recently. But anyway, The Core starts off with a space shuttle landing on a road. Yeah, it is good. It's some cool effects. I think it's a really good film, is The Core. And yeah, so there we go. And I like Hilary Swank, I do. But anyway, so there we go. Next, Phone Booth. I've only seen this film once, but it stuck with me, and it's a film I keep meaning to watch again and keep forgetting. And it's a really short film. I think it's less than an hour and a half. I think from Joel Schumacher. What's his face again? Him. Who we just seen in Daredevil. Why am I blanking? I'm an idiot. Colin Farrell. There we go. Colin Farrell again as a chap who gets trapped in a phone booth by a killing person who threatens to kill him or other people if he doesn't do as he's told. And it is a really good film, and I'm going to have to watch it again because I can't remember what happens in it. But I remember it stuck with me. So I'm going to have to watch it again sometime. I'm sure it's on Amazon. I'm going to have to check. In fact, I'm going to check now. Who's it? Fox 2000. It might even be on Disney Plus, mightn't it? Let's have a look. I can't be bothered. I'll do it another time. Anyway, right. So next, that's Phone Booth. Next up, Ang Lee's Hulk. Another film which I think is underrated. I like this film. Apart from the independent theatre scene, where it's just Eric Bana and Nick Nolte just sitting in a room shouting at one another. It's that stupid. But I do like the film, and Ang Lee played the Hulk in it. He did all the Hulk motions and stuff. So yeah, it is fun. Eric Bana, who plays Bruce Banner. I wonder if that got him the job because his name sounds the same. And Jennifer Connelly, Sam Elliott, and others. And as I said, Nick Nolte. And I think it's a good film. I think it's better than the official MCU Incredible Hulk. I honestly do. I think it is better than that. But never mind. So there we go. That's Hulk. The first one. But not the Incredible Hulk, starring Lou Ferrigno and the Magician. I'm blanking on names tonight, aren't I? Him. Right, next up, Sean Connery. His final film, sort of. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Another film which I think is underrated. A lot of people don't like this. Sean Connery didn't like it either, did he? Because it was his last film. Based on the graphic novel Bill Bixby. Yes, thank you, Wingrace. Wingrace reminded me, Bill Bixby. Based on the graphic novel from Alan Moore and whoever did the art for it, I don't know. But obviously Alan Moore's name isn't on this because it never is, because he's a miserable old wizard, isn't he? But anyway, he never likes the films that come from his works, so he always has his name taken off. I'm sure he accepts the checks that come with it, though. Anyway, Stephen Norrington directed this, hot off his success, hotish of success with Blade, and this was his next. And I don't know what he did. What else has he done? Did this kind of put him in director's jail? I don't know. But I like it. I think it's really good, this film. I think it's really. And I wish they'd done the sequel. I think there was supposed to be a sequel, which were kind of hinted at in the film itself, connected with H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. Martian invasion and all that. I think they were going to do that for the sequel, but it never got made, unfortunately. But because this kind of bombed, didn't it? But I think it's really good. Particularly with I can't remember her, but she plays Mina Harker, who was a vampire. Obviously, in the Dracula thing, she must have stayed as a vampire, not been cured when Dracula died. But anyway, and there's the Invisible Man in it as well, wherever he is. I don't know, he's always there because he's invisible. And there's Captain Nemo, and he plays Alan Quatermain as Sean Connery, and whoever he plays, I can't remember who he plays. Somebody from that Mark Twain thing. I forgot his name. And there's Dr. Jekyll, and obviously Mr. Hyde, and in his portrait, Dorian Gray in it as well. Tom Sawyer, that's the fella. Good job Wingrace is here, isn't it? I'll just send Wingrace the link, and he can just take over the show, and I'll just keep pressing the button to advance the frame. who was not in the comic but added to the movie for the Americans. Oh yes. I think it says it in like the special features on the DVD, doesn't it? I'm gonna have to get this on Blu-ray. I genuinely am, because I really like this film. Anyway, so that's The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, or LXG as it were advertised. Anyway, next. It's not working. There we go. Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. I wish I had. Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life. Say that 5 times fast. Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life. Starring, it's going to be a long night, isn't it? Mother bloody hell. And I can't read the things. Angelina Jolie, I just made it out there. Angelina Jolie and him from 300. First one had Daniel Craig in it, and this one has him from 300. Bloody hopeless tonight. Anyway, never mind him. And it's okay. I don't like it as much as the first one, but it's better than the third one. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. And that's it. She was born to play Tomb Raider. Yes, Gerard Butler. Thank you, Win Grace. Just need the letters. Gerard Butler, whose name you've got to shout, according to somebody else whose name I can't remember. They do a podcast. Anyway, so there we go. Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life. It's got monsters in-ish towards the end, like smoke monsters at the end and stuff. Because you've got to have some sort of supernatural beast, haven't you, in a Tomb Raider thing. So, yeah, it is fun. But this is more action-oriented than the first one, which, genuinely had cool monsters in. Big giant statues she were fighting and stuff like that. It was cool. I really liked the first one. Unfortunately, they ran out of money or something, didn't they? And so they had to end it quickly. So anyway, or something. Next up, Freddy versus Jason, the ultimate coming together of horror villains. And this film, promised more to come, didn't it? Which never happened, unfortunately. But never mind. So we get obviously Freddy Krueger against Jason Voorhees, and they do fight, and it does what it says on the tin. Does this film? Directed by Ronnie Yu. Not Ronnie Me, Ronnie Yu. Who'd done some other stuff as well. Obviously I can't remember. But anyway. It is a lot of fun. People get killed and stuff. And, in entertaining ways. And it ends up with Freddy fighting Jason. Because in this film, Freddy is using Jason. Okay, O'Neill. Okay, I don't know what you're on about. In this one, Freddy's using Jason to get to the last of the Elm Street kids or something. But obviously, Jason realises he's being used and fights back and all that stuff. And it is cool film. It is cool film. Oh, you joke. Oh, yes. System Lord you from Stargate, obviously, yes. Okay. Dear. It never even occurred to me that I'm that stupid. But anyway, never mind. So there we go. Freddy vs. Jason. Cool film. Right, next up. Jeepers Creepers 2. Not as good as the first one, in my opinion, but still a decent flick, a decent horror film. The less said about the director, the better, because you've got to mention it, haven't you? But never mind. The third one's rubbish. The fourth one's even rubbisher. But this one's okay. Jeepers Creepers. He carries on from the second film, the first film. Carries on from the first film. The Creeper is still in his, is it 28 day, 23 day? I can't remember. It's 20 odd day cycle where he's got to go out and feed, and then he can sleep again for 20 odd years or whatever. And then it ends, spoilers, it ends in the future when they're getting ready for his next waking up time. But anyway, it is cool, the Jeepers Creepers. 2, both of them. The first 2 are really good films, but, don't talk about the director. But, he did his time, I suppose you could say. Anyway, the next up. Anyway, Underworld. Kate Beckinsale and Bill Nighy in it as well, and Scott Speedman. It says there on the poster. If you'd have asked me, I wouldn't have known. Some bloke that were probably supposed to be a superstar, but never really made it, did Directed by, I can't remember his name, but she married him. See if I can make it out on the poster. Where is he? Len Wiseman, that's the fella. Directed by Len Wiseman. That's it. She married him, didn't she? Did Kate Beckinsale? I think. Was it during this film, or when they got together during this film? I think it is. But anyway, yeah. So she did this one, and then I think 2004. I think it's the next year. She did Van Helsing, and she didn't know whether to do Van Helsing because she just finished this one. So she did like two vampire films in a row. But anyway. But I think she kind of likes this series. She kept coming back to Underworld. I think she's been in all of them, hasn't she? I think she's only briefly in the third one, which I think is really good. Underworld: Rise of the Lycans. That's probably my favourite one, to be honest. But the first one's a pretty good film. Werewolves versus vampires. And the vampires are aristocratic. The werewolves are like the blue-collar workers and all that stuff. And it is a really cool film. Len Wiseman had gone on to do that awful Total Recall remake. And he's done another film recently, hasn't he? Like an action film. I can't remember what it is now. That I think was supposed to be okay, and I can't remember what it was. I'll have to look it up. That's what I'm going to do now, because it's irking me. Wish my memory were working today, but it blooming isn't, is it? Ballerina. Yes, they did that. Yes, which I have seen. I have seen Ballerina, and I really enjoyed it. Yes. I also did Live Free or Die Hard, whichever. I don't know which one that is. Is that the one where he goes to Russia? I think it is, isn't it? Which were all right. But yeah, what else has he done? I think that's about it, really, isn't it? Has he done more? What else has he done? Len Wiseman. I think that's about it, isn't it? But yeah, Ballerina I really enjoyed with Anna de Armas. Is really good, but we're not talking about that. By the way, I did my list for 2025 before I'd seen that, so that would have made it into my probably my top 10 of 2025. Really enjoyed it. Anyway, so there we go. Anyway, but we're talking about Underworld with the lovely Kate Beckinsale. Next up, Kill Bill Volume 1. The fourth film by Quentin Tarantino, it says. Starring, what's her face? Uma Thurman, Lucy Liu, the late Michael Madsen, Vivica Fox, Daryl Hannah in a scene-stealing or film-stealing role. I think she's really good. And David Carradine, who, I don't know, does he not want to be in this film? Or, the sequel? I don't know. I've never liked David Carradine anyway. The late David Carradine. But anyway, never mind. But never mind. But yeah, cool film. Is it better than the second one? I don't know. I really like the second one. The first one, I think people like the first one more because it's got that anime section and it's got the big fight with the crazy 88 and all that, hasn't it? But for some reason, the second one, I don't know, just felt more like a proper film to me. But anyway, I don't know. But not sure about the ending with the 5-finger death punch or something like that, or death grip. I don't know, but yeah, still a lot of fun. I do like it. And I like Lucy Liu in this as well, because she gets to swear. You don't often hear Lucy Liu swear, do you? Well, I don't think you do. And the cool fight in the kitchen with, in a living room with Vivica Fox. But yeah. Good film, Kill Bill. I really like it, and it's just come out at the cinema. The whole story, or whatever they call it, the whole damn story. I don't know what they call it. Where he's mushed them both together into one movie, which he wanted to do originally, but the studio wouldn't let him. So, but he has now, so it's out. So I'm sure that'll be coming out on DVD, not DVD, Blu-ray, on VHS. You never know, it might do. So, next up, Scary Movie 3. The first two Scary Movies were kind of, raunchy comedies from the Wayans brothers, weren't they? They were very, very rude, weren't they? Really rude. And funny. Take my strong hand. But then from the third one on, can't remember how many there were. Is there 5 altogether? I can't remember. The Zucker brothers took over, didn't they? What is the Zucker brothers? Does it say on the poster? Yes, directed by David Zucker and Pat Proft and all them. From the Airplane, so it became more slapstick and silly and all that. And I really like it. This one does Signs and other, they rip off lots of genres and stuff, but this one's mostly Signs. And the funniest thing in it is the sheriff or whatever she is. Every time she's on screen, a hat gets bigger. The brim on her hat just gets bigger and bigger. Stuff like that makes me laugh. And Leslie Nielsen's in them playing the president and ends up nude, doesn't it? Because they do like a Mars Attacks thing as well, don't they? But anyway. Yeah, Scary Movie 3. Very funny. Very, very funny. Oh, they also do the Ring, don't they? But yes, it is good. It is good. And what's his face? Charlie Sheen being the winningest ever. But whatever. So there we go. Scary Movie 3. Next up, Elf. Will Ferrell and James Caan in a modern Christmas classic. What can I say about it? Jon Favreau directed it. His first film? No, it can't be. Well, I don't know. But it was an early film by Jon Favreau. It might have been his first. I don't know. But a lovely little comedy film with Will Ferrell shouting a lot. Ferrell, not Farrell. But yeah, what can I say? Elf. It's a nice film. And everybody watches it every year. I didn't watch that many Christmas films last year, to be honest. I don't know what I was doing. Probably busy doing other stuff. But anyway. Next up, Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World. But you can't see it because it's down there. Where is it? Down there behind the comment thing. The best Star Trek film made that's not in space. Some people have said, haven't they? And it really is. If you just think of the ship as the Enterprise or the Starship. It is a Star Trek film. It's really, really good. Directed by Peter Weir, I think. Let me check. Make it out on the poster. Yes, all right. I remembered something. And it is a really good film. Again, it's another one of those films that I think I've only watched once, and I've never got round to watching again. But as I said, it made an impression, and I'm going to have to watch it again sometime. I'm going to have this huge list of films I've got to watch again. But that's it. It's set in the mid-19th century or something like that. I think it is mid-19th century. Where it's a British warship that's pootling about in like the Pacific Ocean somewhere, at Cape of Good Hope, that area. They've got Russell Crowe plays the captain. They've got Paul Bettany, I think it's Paul Bettany, who plays like a Darwin character, like a scientist. Maybe he's Darwin, I don't know. Who's a scientist on the ship, and they're stopping off at islands, and he's recording what they find there, but they end up being stalked by, I think, a French ship, or I could be wrong, an enemy ship, and they've got to deal with that, and it is really, really good, and it's kind of, it's cool because it's there, they can see it, it's there all the time, it's like on the horizon, slowly getting close, and there's nothing they can do about it. They've got to prepare for the altercation and all that stuff, and it is a really good film. I'm going to have to watch it again. That's Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World. And they do the joke, got to choose the lesser of two weevils. Ho, 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 ho. Next. Couldn't have found a better photo there. Unbelievable. Bad Santa. By the way, there's a few, I think there is a few Christmas ones in here. Billy Bob Thornton as... like a bank robber, or is it some criminal who becomes a mall Santa, but he wants to, he's not a nice person. That's why they call it Bad Santa. And he's hilarious, and I can't remember the kid's name, but lots of hilarity rotates around this kid who just keeps getting caught up in his schemes and stuff, and whatever. It is really funny. It is really funny. Next. And they've got a Bad Santa 2, which I've not seen. But never mind. Ben Affleck again in Paycheck. I think this is a John Woo film, I think. Yes, it says there, director of Mission Impossible 2 and Face Off. So, yes, it is a John Woo film. Who else is in it? Aaron Eckhart and Uma Thurman again. There we go. When he gets his memory erased. I can't remember what happens in it now. Gets his memory erased. Something happens. He gets blamed for something. But because he can't remember it because he's had his memory erased. He's like super clever and it invents stuff. And because I think it's in like the near future, and then when it invents, they take all this stuff out of his head so he can't remember it or what, something like that. So he's got to prove his innocence or something like that, something along those lines. And there's a scene in it where I think somebody's pretending to be the Uma Thurman character, and he only realises it's not her when she blinks, and he notices her coloured contact lens move. I thought, bloody hell, I've got good eyesight. Anyway, but yeah, Paycheck. It's a lot of fun. Another one of these that I've only seen once, but I think it was the contact lens thing that made it stick with me. Anyway, next up, The Room. I've not had a discuss it's any good, but as I said, the film's kind of stuck with me. It's a bloody awful film, but it is hilarious to watch. Tommy Wiseau wrote, starred, directed, produced, etc. He spent $5 million on this film, and it is terrible. That's some people say it's the worst film ever made and all that. I don't think it is. There's some really bad films out there, isn't there? But for what it cost, he turned it round though, didn't he? He turned it round on himself. Because people, I don't know if does he realise it's so bad? Because at screenings and stuff, people were laughing at it, and he came and said, "Oh, thank you for coming to see," with his weird accent, my comedy film and all that. But it's the man of 1,000 memes now, isn't it? Hello, doggy, and you're tearing me apart, etc. Rubbish film. I think that's the last one. Yes, it is. So there we go. So they're my honourable mentions. So we shall get to the next bit. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. We shall get to the top 5 then. We shall get to the top 5 now, and then we'll have a recap. Where's my top 5? Here we go. There it is. There it is. You know what? I don't think I've. Just bear with me. I've not shared. Oh, I've all gone wrong. Just a minute. I'm an Egypt. I'm an Egypt. There we go. Right. There it is. There we go. So first up in my top 5. Remember, this is not in any order. So, but this probably would be number 1, to be completely honest. Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King, the Oscar-winning blockbuster, the last of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy films. Not obviously that in 2003 wasn't the extended edition, but everybody watches those now, don't they? Let's say brought to an end the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the greatest trilogy, cinematic trilogy ever made. I don't know. I'm sure there's not many people who would disagree with that. Probably Wyngrace would. I bet Wyngrace thinks Star Trek 2, 3 and 4 is the greatest cinematic trilogy ever made. And, fair enough. But anyway, cool film. Really, I mean, what can you say? Everybody's seen it, haven't they? Did it have too many endings? Yeah. But, we don't care, do we? And, so, Frodo, failed, didn't he? See, Wyngrace, I was going to say that as a joke. No, it's not a joke, Wyngrace. You think it for real. No, Princess, you nearly fall off then. Yes, it showed how Frodo failed, just like everybody else fails with the ring, don't they? But he didn't tell anybody, and neither did Sam. But if you don't know what I'm on about, you'll just have to watch it. But there we go. So that's number 1. And probably is number 1, but as I said, they're not in any order. Next up, I've added these as one film because they came out the same year. I think Matrix Reloaded came out in the early part of the year. Matrix Revolutions a bit later. So I'm counting these as one. I'm cheating a bit. Matrix Reloaded and Matrix Revolutions. I really like these two films. Not as good, the first, the original Matrix is obviously miles better. But I think these were okay. And again, I think, maligned unjustly maligned. I think, because I really like him. Even Matrix Revolutions with its stupid bloody mech things with machine guns and stuff going off with all the sentinels and stuff. But I don't know. I really like it. I really enjoy it. Even with the 80 billion Agent Smiths or whatever the hell he's called. I really like these two films. The Wachowskis. Whether the Wachowski brothers still here or just the Wachowskis, don't know. But don't care. But all the gang's back. John Wick. I can't see because he's behind me, but never mind. Oh, he's there. Why am I blank? I'm blank. What is the matter with me with names tonight? Yeah. Anyway, that's John Wick. And Carrie Ann Moss and Lawrence Fishburne return, as does Elrond. I can't remember bloody names tonight. Don't know. But they all come back. And Monica Bellucci. That's really why this is in here, for Monica Bellucci. Yes, Keanu Reeves. Thank you, Wingrace. It's all I need is just initials, isn't it? Oh dear. But anyway. So there we go. Yes, I really like these two films. Like I said, they're basically the same film because they could have ended the Matrix Reloaded with a "to be continued." Yes, Hugo Weaving. Thank you. Could have ended Matrix Reloaded with a "to be continued," and but which maybe they did. I can't actually remember. I think they did, didn't they? But never mind. So they're both the same story, and I really like them. I really like them. So there. So right, next. What that one? Was that 3 or 4? I can't remember. Anyway, never mind. Next up, Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl. Johnny Depp, Jeffrey Rush, Orlando Bloom, and Keira Knightley, and a host of others. In the first of the Pirates of the Caribbean film blockbusters. I love the first 3, particularly the first 2. I really love. The third one was all right. Not a huge fan of 4 and 5, and who knows what's going to happen next? Is Johnny Depp coming back? God knows. Are they going to do an all-woman one? We're now successful all-female franchises, don't we? Ghostbusters, that Ocean's one. But anyway. Directed by Gore Verbinski. I think he'd done The Ring before this. I think he had, hadn't he? But yeah, great films, great adventures, and action and comedy and everything. It's everything you could want from a good old swashbuckling adventure. And I love these films. I think they're cool. And that's all there is to it. That's all I've got to say about it. Particularly, I love the end of. Not this one, but I do like the end of this one. But the end of Dead Man's Chest, where Jeffrey Rush comes back and says, "So, who's got my ship?" or whatever he says, something like that. But I think it's cool. But yeah, but Curse of the Black Pearl is a great adventure, really good, and kind of a standalone as well. It can, if it had not been a success, they could have ended it there, been fair enough. But it was a massive success, and so they carried on. So there we go. Next up, I think this might be the last one. Tom Cruise, The Last Samurai, which we did in Magnificent Mondays a while back. Really good film. Edward Zwick directed it, and loosely based. I'll say well, it's not even really, is it? But you know what I mean. Inspired by historical events, essentially the fall of feudal Japan as it entered the modern era at the end of the 19th century, because of as it opened up to foreign influence, and Tom Cruise plays an American army officer who's brought in to teach the Japanese how to shoot these guns and stuff, and he ends up been in some sort of battle against like this rogue house that's doesn't accept what the government's doing, the Japanese government, and he ends up being captured by these. It's basically Dances with Wolves in Japan, in it, basically, and he ends up becoming a samurai. But he's not the last samurai. I think the leader of that house, whose name I can't remember, but played by Ken Watanabe. He's the last samurai, isn't it? But it is really good. Some great battle scenes, and it's very lip trembling stuff going on. You know what I mean? It is for me anyway. I really like it. So there we go. I think that was the last one. Oh no, it wasn't. This is the last one. Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines. Another one that's unfairly maligned, in my opinion. I really like this Terminator 3. And Justin's here, right at the end. Hello, Justin. But yeah, I really like Terminator 3. I think it's cool. Arnie's back as another Terminator. Who else is in it? I can't remember. I have to look at the poster. Because I can never remember names, you know what I'm like. Nick Stahl, he's in it, who plays a grown-up John Connor. What's-her-face has died. Sarah Connor's died of cancer or something. Claire Danes plays Nick Stahl's future wife. Who I think she's played by... never mind. in what would be the next one. And Kristana Loken. Where we good? As the TX, there she is, the Terminatrix. But who can somehow control vehicles. Somehow, I don't know how. Take over electronic ignitions and steering and stuff. I don't know, but anyway, she can do that. She can take over other machines. She's kind of a mix between the T-1000 and a regular Terminator. But a lot of fun. I really like it. I like it where we see the T1, the first Terminator, sort of. It is a lot of fun. I really like it, and it's got a cool ending because Judgment Day happens right at the end. So there we go. Justin says, Last Samurai is good and T3 is good. Yes, they are. Christina Loken was also in Blood Rain. Yes, she was. And she was also in Star Trek Voyager. Because we did it in season 2, didn't she? She was in that episode, Favourite Son. She was in that. Probably my least favourite episode of Star Trek Voyager, maybe. But she was in that as well. What else? Has she been in anything else? I don't know. Probably. But this is the most famous thing, isn't it? This and Blood Rain are her two standouts. But yeah, a lot of fun. Directed by I forgot his name. Jonathan Mostow directed this. Did he do this before or after U571? I know he did U571. I can't remember if he did that first or this. I don't know, but anyway, it doesn't matter, does it? But so there we go. Terminator 3: Rise of the... Oh, what happened then? Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines. Is that it? I think that's my last of my top 5. So we'll go through the top 5 again, and then we'll go through the honourable mentions. So we had that one, Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines. Then we had Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai, and Ken Watanabe, and Timothy Spall's in it as well, isn't he? Among other people. What else is in it? Does it say there? Billy Connolly. Yes, he's in it as well, isn't he? Tony Goldwyn as a baddie. He's good at playing baddies, Tony Goldwyn. A baddie in Ghost, wasn't he? Back in the day. Yep, so anyway, that's that one. Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. Cool film. Probably the best of the bunch. Although I do have a soft spot for Dead Man's Chest. But and then, as I said, I counted these two as one film because they came out in the same year. It's the thing they did. I'm sure that's why I counted them as one. I'm going to check. Matrix Reloaded. Matrix. Oops, I can spell. Revolution. Yes, they both came out the same year. So Reloaded came out in May, and Revolution came out in November. And so they're essentially one film, aren't they? You could easily splice them together, and I really like them. Even the Zion battle in the mech suits. I think it's all really, 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 really well done. So stop going on at me about it like you're not doing. And then we had, and then my top film. I think everybody's top film of 2003 has got to be Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, with its many endings. But this is a good day, a red day, and all that, and we're all yay, taking out the Oliphants. They've got another name, haven't they? I can never remember what it is. Never mind. But taking out all them, saving Minas Tirith and all that stuff. Cool. And as I said, Frodo fails. They just win accidentally. Spoilers. Some say, says Wingrace, the endings are still going. Yes, they are. Justin says, Matrix, all good. The latest one, not so much. No, the Matrix Resurrections, not a good film, was it? But anyway. Right, so that's my top 5. So we'll move on to the... so I've already been through the honourable mentions, but we'll go through them again. So just bear with me. While I get... I keep pressing the wrong button. I'm useless. Where are we? Here we go. So we'll go in reverse order of these. Sorry, I'm laughing because I know what's going to pop up. There it is. The Room. Tommy Wiseau's The Room. I don't like it. Nobody likes The Room, but it is hilarious, and you've just got to watch it at least once. It's like... It's the... Star Wars holiday special of regular films, isn't it? You've got to watch it at least once just to see how bad it is, preferably with friends as you're drinking. That's how you've got to watch it. But less said about it the better, but it is hilarious. Next up, Paycheck, the one where Ben Affleck gets his memory erased or something and baddies are after him. And I can't remember, but it is a good film. I did enjoy it. And it's a John Woo film, so there'll be doves in it somewhere. I bet there is. I can't remember if there is, but I bet there's doves in it. Next up, Bad Santa, Billy Bob Thornton, and get ready to do... are they going to rob a mall or something like that? And I can't remember. And this kid does stuff, and he goes, what the fuck? Next up, Master and Commander, Far Side of the World. Choosing the lesser of two weevils and all that stuff. As I said, the best Star Trek film that's not in space. It is really... It's like... Star Trek is a ratio hornblower, isn't it? I think Gene Roddenberry took credit for that, but I don't think it was Gene Roddenberry that made that connection. I think it was Nicholas Meyer that said that, didn't he? I think he essentially said it, that he realised, after watching the episodes and stuff, he realised it's a Horatio Hornblower in space, and then Gene Roddenberry stole it, I think. But anyway, that's Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World. Cool film that I'm going to have to watch again. And as I said, I've only seen it once, and it's one of those films I keep forgetting to watch again. Then we've got Elf, Will Ferrell, who plays... He's not an elf, but he thinks he is. And his real dad is James Caan, who's a horrible person, but obviously he changes him by the end. Christmas classic. What else can you say? Jon Favreau directed it. Next up, Scary Movie 3 from David Zucker. Moving away from the Wayans brothers' naughtiness, they went into the slapstick of the airplane films and all that. Leslie Nielsen and all that, and Charlie Sheen, etc. Doing Signs and The Ring and other stuff, just ripping off other films and being really funny. And the scene with the hats just makes me laugh. Anyway, then we got Kill Bill Volume 1. Uma Thurman, Vivica Fox, Lucy Liu, the late Michael Madsen, Daryl Hannah with her eye patch. I whistle that and it gets my son dead mad. He likes Kill Bill, he just doesn't like my whistling. But it's, was it fractured nerve? Not fractured nerve, ruptured nerve, I can't remember. But... That's what she's whistling. Anyway, Scary 3 was the last one that was fun. I honestly can't remember, to be honest. I can't remember if I've seen 4 or... I can't remember how many there is. But I did like 3. Anyway, and David Carradine as Bill, obviously. Right, so who else is in it? It says there, doesn't it? Sonny Chiba. Does he play the fella that makes the sword? I think he does, doesn't he? Can't remember his character name. Julie Dreyfus. Oh, spoilers. I think does he get an arm chopped off in it? Something, or legs? I can't remember. And Michael Parks, who in his unintelligible dialogue, I think. Is it this where he can't tell what he's saying? Or is it? Or is that? Am I thinking of the one with the vampires? Oh, never mind. Never mind. From Dusk Till Dawn. That one. I'm thinking of that one. I could be. I don't know. He's playing the same character anyway. Then we had Underworld with Kate Beckinsale and Bill Nighy. I'm not mentioning Scott Speedman, even though he's the main character, but has he been in anything else? I don't know. But launched the Underworld franchise, which are pretty good. Even the new ones are not terrible. Technically low budget films, I suppose, but they're all right. They're all right. But this is probably the best one. No, Rise of the Lycans is the best one. So there we go. Jeepers Creepers 2. A good sequel. A good sequel to the first one. Wingray says he was in The Strangers. I think I've seen it once, The Strangers. And honestly can't remember much about it, to be honest. I know it's a remake of a Swedish film, isn't it? But Justy says Victor's an awesome vampire. Yes, is that Bill Nighy's character, Victor? I think it is, isn't it? Yes, he is cool. Anywho, where were we? Jeepers Creepers 2. Yes, a good sequel to the first one from Victor Salva. Yes, we know. Yeah, what can I say? It does more of what the first one did, and kids on a bus, kind of a siege thing, I suppose, where they're under siege on this school bus by the creeper, and it is a cool film. What's his face is in it, isn't it? I can't remember his name now. You know what I'm like. So you can see his name here. If I can make it out, I can't bloody make it out because it's all. Can't read it. Never mind. Whatever. Never mind. Justin says Jeepers 2 is good. Yes, it is. The third and the fourth ones are bloody awful. Next up, Freddy vs. Jason. The greatest cinematic clash in history, some might say. From Ronnie Yu. Not me. You. Cool film. It does what it says, as I said earlier on, does what it says on the tin. They get down to fighting when Jason realises that his friend, Freddy Krueger, is just using him. So they end up fighting. It's cool. But who wins? Don't know. Just says third one's not bad. Fourth is terrible. I'm still on about Jeepers Creepers. I didn't like the third one at all. I didn't like the third one. The fourth one really is awful. But anyway. Right, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life, with Angelina Jolie and Gerard Butler. A fun flick. Not as good as the first one. Better than the third one. It's alright. Don't mind it. That's about it, really. They're a bit globe-trotting. They go like China and Africa and all these places. And, she does the job again. Does Angelina. The best on-screen Lara I think we've had. And so there we go. Justin says, Freddy vs. Jason is a classic. It is. It's a cool flick. Great soundtrack on Jason vs. Freddy. I honestly can't remember. But I'll take your word for it. I can't remember. Do you mean is it like orchestral or do you mean like songs? I don't know. I can't remember. It's got. Is it Freddy vs. Jason that's got Catherine Isabelle in? I like her. Anyway, she was in Ginger Snaps. I think she gets killed as well, don't she? Anyway. LXG, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen with Sean Connery. Look, his name in there. Nobody cares about any of the others that are in it. In fact, the only one I can think of is Jason Fleming, who plays Dr. Jekyll. I can't remember the names of any of the others. Petter Wilson. as Mina Harker. It just came to me. Hang on, does it say down here? Can we see him? Simon, no, I don't know. No, I can't barely make it out, bloody hell. But I remember Peter Wilson. Songs and everything, says Justin. All right, cool. I'll have to watch it again. I've got it somewhere, but I'll have to watch it again. Freddy versus Jason. It is one of the better efforts in it of the Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th franchises. It is a fun collaboration. But League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, unfairly maligned film. I really like it. Not a big fan of the Nautilus, because it's just a submarine that looks like a regular submarine, just with a bit of fancy ornate stuff on it. You know, the one in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, that was the Nautilus, wasn't it? But never mind. Yeah, but anyway. But all the others are cool and all that stuff. So there we go. Stephen Norrington. What's he done since? I'm going to check. What's Stephen Norrington done since this? Or is he still in director jail? Stephen Norrington. Right, here we go. What's he done? Filmography. He hasn't done anything since League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So he must be still in director jail for that. Because what did it lose? I don't know. Click on it, stupid. Sorry. Getting angry with myself then. Budget of 78 million. His box office were okay though. Box office 180 million. So it made its money back. But it was like the critical reception were bad, but it made money. So anyway, whatever. Good film. Gonna have to get it on Blu-ray. I haven't got it on Blu-ray. Gonna have to get it. Next up, Ang Lee's Hulk, which I think is better than the MCU Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton. This one is Eric Banner as Bruce Banner, and it's a Bruce Dickinson then for some weird reason. Never mind. And I haven't even got an Iron Maiden T-shirt on tonight. For once, I've got a Deep Space Nine T-shirt on. Cool, eh? Okay. Where were we? Ang Lee's Hulk. Like I said, I think it's better than the MCU one. It's a lot of fun. Nick Nolte's mental in it, but Nick Nolte's mental in everything in it. And cool. And Eric Banner just breathing a lot, with that a lot in it. And Lou Ferrigno's in it, and Stan Lee in a blink and you'll miss it cameo. Next up, Phone Booth. Colin Farrell, Forrest Whitaker. Another one of those films. Radha Mitchell. She used to be everywhere, didn't she, Radha Mitchell? She's there, look. She's here, there. So, Silent Hill, Chronicles of Riddick. Not Chronicles of Riddick, first one. Pitch Black. Other things. It's a blanking on, obviously. But she was everywhere, wasn't she, for a while. What was I saying? All right, Joel Schumacher directed it. The late Joel Schumacher. Phone booth. Colin Farrell stuck in a phone booth. Somebody shooting at him and other people. I can't really remember what else happens in it, to be completely honest. Is it Kiefer Sutherland that's the baddie in it? Is it? I think it might be. A good flick. Another one I'll have to watch again. Next. The Car. The only way out is in, it says on the poster. And as Windgrace said, upside down Armageddon. Which I suppose it is. But better. I like this better than Armageddon. I think Armageddon's overrated. Whereas this is underrated, in my opinion. I've always preferred Deep Impact to Armageddon. Anywho, The Car. Who directed this one? Does it say there? Can we read it? I can't bloody read it. John Amiel. I think it's John Amiel, isn't it? Don't ask me what else he's done. But yes, it's I forgot a name already. I genuinely have. Hilary Swank. There we go. Hilary Swank and Aaron Eckhart and that him that's just died. Chucky. Whatever it. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna have to look his bloody name up. Am I spelling it right? I'm probably not. Oh no, there he is. Checky Cario. I don't know how to pronounce it. But a Turkish-born French actor, yes. He was in loads of stuff for a while, and he passed away recently, didn't he? Last year, on Halloween last year he died. But yeah, I like the car. I think it's cool. I think it is cool. It doesn't make any sense, you know. The Earth's core stops rotating, so it stops our magnetic field and stuff, and the Earth essentially starts burning to death. They've got to go down and restart the Earth's core with nuclear weapons, obviously. But and yeah, they do. So, anyways, that's the car. Cool flick. Next up, Dreamcatcher, another one that I think is, you know, unjustly maligned and underrated. We did it a while ago, I think, didn't we? On Friday Night: A Point with Fear, directed by Lawrence Kasdan, and you know, an all-star cast. And it's an alien invasion flick, and it's I think it's really, really good. And watch out for Mr. Grey. So there. Is Mr. Grey the Mr. Grey from It? I've been told no, but I'm going to say yes. Or at least similar. Anyway, so there we go. Next up, Daredevil, Ben Affleck again, and Jennifer Garner, and Michael Clark Duncan. And Colin Farrell as is it Bullseye? Because he got one on his bloody pot. But anyway, whatever. The director's cut is really good. The theatrical one, I didn't mind. But it's also got Joey Pants in it, hasn't it? Joey Pantoliano, Joey Pants, also got him in it. And I really like Daredevil. I think it were alright. As I said, another one that's unjustly maligned. So there we go. And I wish they'd done more, to be honest. I thought Ben Affleck were good as Matt Murdock and Daredevil. So there. I didn't even mind Elektra, you know, the spin-off film that came after it. I thought that one wasn't as bad as everybody made it out to be. It wasn't great, but whatever. Anywho, Justin says the core is awesome. Dreamcatcher underrated. They're similar but different. The Mr. Grey, yes. MTV Spider-Man show was in this universe, was it? Oh, I didn't even know there was an MTV Spider-Man show. And Justin says Daredevil underrated. Michael Clark Duncan, I'm just reading McD, so I'll just think of Big Max. Michael Clark Duncan came back as the Kingpin for it. Did he? Oh, right, in the MTV Spider-Man show. I didn't even know there was one. Genuinely didn't even know there was one. That's the first I'd have heard of it. Anyway, so there we go, Daredevil. Good film. The director's cut by Mark Steven Johnson. Cool name, apart from the Mark bit. No relation, I don't think. Next up, Final Destination 2. The best of the Final Destination films, maybe. I say it's the one that everybody thinks of when they're driving behind a logging truck. They was oh god, give them a wide berth, which everybody does, don't they? Yeah, good film. You know, much like all the others, people survive a tragedy. You know, there's some weird person has a premonition. Why do they have these premonitions? Doesn't really say, does it? Just people do. And so they avoid death, and then, you know, death catches up with them in various hilarious ways. I like Final Destination films. Think they're cool. Winger says it didn't last long, the Spider-Man, MTV Spider-Man thing. Neil Patrick Harris was Spider-Man. I've never heard of it. I'm going to have to look that up. I didn't even know there was a Neil Patrick Harris Spider-Man. We'll have to bring that to Tony at Hack the Movies' attention. Because he's killed all the others. If you watch Hack the Movies, which is a channel I really enjoy watching, go and subscribe to Hack the Movies. He did reviews of the Spider-Man films and the Sam Raimi ones. That's what I'm trying to say. Did reviews of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films, and in each episode, he killed off one of the Spider-Men accidentally. But obviously Neil Patrick Harris never came up. But anyway, even the Japanese one cop for it. I like Hack the Movies. Tony's really annoying, but you know, we all love him. But there we go. Yes, go and subscribe to that. Right, anyway, so Final Destination. There we go. Cool flick. And then Darkness Falls. With what's her face? Emma Caulfield. Who else is in it? Does it say there? Cheney Clay? Who the bloody hell's that? I don't know. But yeah, Darkness Falls. A good horror film. Kind of, I don't know, because that says 2003, but it does have a 90s feel to it, as though it should have come out at the same time as like Scream, and I know it did last summer. It does kind of have that vibe. But it's got a good creature in it. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Mama, which came later. The Tooth Fairy. Yeah, it is good. It's nice to see Emma Caulfield. What else has she done apart from Buffy? I don't know, but she did this. So yeah, Darkness Falls, cool film. Then Bad Boys 2. Obviously Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, Michael Bay directing again. Hilarious stuff goes on. I think they go to Cuba or somewhere. It is Cuba, isn't it? Destroy a town in Cuba. Mental. And lots of shouting and shooting and smashing things up. You know, it's all what you'd expect. A lot of fun. And then the last one of my honourable mentions, Love Actually. Yeah, all-star cast. All, you know, talking about love and being all lovey, as in, you know, British actory lovey darling, and all that stuff. And as I said, I think Laura Linney and Bill Nighy steal the film for me. I like their two stories are my favourites. Laura Linney's the most, because, you know, she's just a nice person who's just been dealt a shit hand, hasn't she? But anyway, so yeah, and all the others as well. It is a lot of fun, and I still forgotten his name. Who played Rick in Walking Dead? Andrew. I want to say Nelson, but that doesn't sound right. I'm going to have to look it up. It's telling me. It's you know, I'm looking it up, but Wingrace is telling me right now. So, you know. Hey, where is he? Lincoln. Andrew Lincoln. There we go. I bet it's there. Waiting for me in the chat. Let's see. Justin got in. Wingrace did his... I wouldn't remember the hell. Alabama. Yes, Andrew Lincoln. He's in it, but not mentioned in this list. This list of celebs. Martine McCutcheon gets a name. Whatever happened to her? She was in EastEnders, wasn't she? And then she did a song, didn't she? Which actually I quite liked her song she did. And she was in this. What else has she been in? I kind of like Martine McCutcheon, I must admit. She's like the opposite to Keira Knightley. Martine McCutcheon's kind of curvy and all that. Keira Knightley's like a bloody lat, isn't she? But with a nice face. But a big chin. Anyway, whatever. Right, so there we go. So that's Love Actually. That was my last one, I think. Yes, that was the last of my honourable mentions. So there we go. So that's my top 5 films and 21 honourable mentions from 2003, whatever you want to call it. So there we go. That's another one in the bag. So what's coming up in 2004? I'll tell you, because I did the list today. Do you know how many honourable mentions I've got for 2004? 32. So that'll be a good show, won't it? But I won't tell you what we've got coming up. I'll give you clues. We've got a horror comedy. We've got one of my favourite films of all time. So this would easily be number 1. But whatever. They're not in any order. Fantasy, superheroes, animation. And then in the honourable mentions, we've got, you know, historical epics, religious stuff, more horror, more sci-fi, and all that stuff. Cool things in there. For next time, whenever I get round to it. When will that be? I don't know. But, so there we go. Right, so we'll leave it there. Another one in the bag, 2003. So how many more have we got to go before we catch up? So it's 2004 next. So we'll have another 20 episodes and then we caught up. Because I think I've done 2024, haven't I? I think I have. Already. So, right, so we'll leave it there. So thanks, Win Grace, and thanks, Justin, for keeping me company. I don't think anybody else popped in, did they? No. While I tell you my favourite films and can't remember any names ever. Let's go see if anybody said anything on Rumble. Nah, have they? They never do. So we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. What's coming up next? What day are we on? Sunday. Tomorrow night for Magnificent Mondays, we're doing Cowboys and Aliens, which, despite having Roberto Orci and Alex Kurtzman on writing duties, I'm sure they just did like a script doctor thing. The water started from scratch, but they were brought in after. But it is a decent flick. The extended version is much like Daredevil, where the theatrical version, something were up with it, wasn't it? And then they brought out the director's cut, which was like a different film. It was miles better. Cowboys and Aliens were like that. The theatrical version were a mess and it were all over the place. But the extended version that came out on DVD and Blu-ray were like a different film, because I think it were re-edited and everything, and it just worked a lot better. Not that it's perfect, but it's a lot of fun. So that's on Monday. On Wednesday, we're watching, I've forgotten, Runaway with Tom Selleck and Cynthia Rhodes for Watch Party Wednesday. And then on Friday, if the disc arrives in time, I've ordered the disc. We're watching Frozen. Not Let It Go, not that Frozen, the horror film Frozen. We're watching that if my disc arrives in time. If it doesn't, we'll watch something else. Justin says, always fun. I have to say, Starfleet Academy is letting me down a bit. It's bloody awful. Although I didn't mind the first episode. A lot of people are saying this fourth episode's better than the first one. I don't think so. The first episode wasn't terrible, but it still wasn't very good. But it's not good as Starfleet Academy, in my opinion. But anyway, there's stuff I like though. But can the captain please sit properly in the command chair, please? I know she's annoying as hell, and they can't understand a word she says. She's worse than me. But anyway, it's Holly Hunt. It's Elastigirl. So there. I don't even like her as Elastigirl, to be honest. I liked her in. Is it her in Always? What it Holly Hunter in Always? I get her mixed up with somebody else. Hang on, let me check. Always. Steven Spielberg. 1989 film. Yes, it is Holly Hunter in Always. I liked her in that. But I don't think I've liked her in anything else. But anyway, never mind. That's just me having a go at Holly Hunter. Right, so we're all done and dusted. Oh, hang on. 4 felt like they actually took themselves seriously. Bit like a real Trek story. Egregious if it was predictable. Yeah. I think they were trying to take themselves seriously, but failing miserably. Not the DC movies. What, Holly Hunter, is she one of them? I have no idea. See, I understand her, but I know people who speak that way. Oh dear. Anyway, we'll leave it there. What do you say not the DC movies for? I want to know now. I've got to wait now until Wingrace replies. She was the pea drinker. I don't know what you're talking about. Genuinely don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. DC movies. No idea. Lex gave her the pee in the courtroom. Yes. She was in Batman vs Super. Yes, she played the judge or whatever, senator or whatever she was. Yes. Yes, I remember now. Yes, I remember that. Yes. No, I'm not. But she got blown up, so I don't care. Spoiler. Peach tea. Yes. I like Batman vs Superman, particularly the Ultimate Edition. I think it's a masterpiece. Is that film? But apart from, I can never remember his name. Him that played Jesse Eisenberg. Apart from Jesse Eisenberg as Alexander Luthor, who were terrible in it, but I think the rest of the film were amazing. I love that film. But anyway, that's by the by. Right, I'm going now, because I'm sure my son will be shouting downstairs for me soon, and telling me, want something to eat or something. And you will as well, won't you? Where are you? What are you doing? Yeah, you alright? She's purring. Wingray says, Doomsday looked like crap, but I like it. Yes, in Thingamabob. Batman vs Superman. Yeah, but like I say, I'm not a comics fan, so I've never read the comics, so I didn't know what things were supposed to look like. But I really liked it. Batman vs Superman. So there. Anywho, we'll leave it there. So thanks for watching, wherever you are. Look after each other, and don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff, and become a member and all that, and etc. And until next time, hang on, I've got to find me. I've moved things about. I ran out of space in my StreamYard's clip thing, so I had to delete some stuff and move things about. And I don't know where everything is now. It's there, isn't it? So thanks for watching, wherever you are. Look after each other, and until next time, I'll see you.
That old Yorkshire Geek with stories to unfold. Keep your